To talk about. We're here to talk about this, the Essential Low Fat Cookbook, which I suppose is an attempt to make low-fat food taste nice, because generally I see the words low fat and I walk away.
Boring, yeah. No, you look through that and you'll think I could eat that. And whenever I've written a book, and I've written 5 diabetic books as well.
Well, you have. I was going to say because you have a particular interest in the subject.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't quite become. There was more interest last week. Do you see that thing about if you eat 600 calories for 8 weeks, you can actually get rid of diabetes?
This is for type 2 diabetes. It sort of shocks the body. But yours isn't type 2, is it? Something?
And no, well, I actually never got there in the end because I reversed my diet. Well, I changed my diet, so I reversed it. So I stayed away from being a diabetic, but I realised how important diet was to actually keeping away from becoming a diabetic. So I've written 5 books on that. And now with a low-fat book, to me it was about... there's so much heart problems, so many obesity-related diseases in this country, and to actually write a book where people can still enjoy their food, but it's actually low-fat.
I mean, hand on heart, can you compare low-fat grub with full-fat grub on taste?
Some.
Which would be a good area?
So Asian-y,
yeah,
because they don't use a lot of animal fat. You know, they don't do dairy very much in Asia and things like that. So actually, funny enough, I did a trip to Singapore fairly recently, and they're all getting into cheese, big time in Singapore. So they're changing their diet, and actually they're getting a lot of problems where they're becoming intolerant to cow's milk and stuff like that.
I think it's breast cancer. I think it's in China was the rich white woman's disease, or the rich woman's disease, because they were the people that could afford to have the milk, the dairy products.
Dairy products, yeah. So. You know, it was a challenge because fat, you're right, fat is where chefs get their flavour from.
Yeah,
but
and salt.
Salt, and yeah, both have to come out, really. But you can do it through spices, through herbs, and through just imagination, really, using some of those wonderful fresh herbs, like if you, in Thailand, you've got mint, obviously, coriander, basil.
Thai sticks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's good. It's good.
Come on, Shazzy, you at Glastonbury, keep up, yeah? Thai sticks, though.
I can't believe you turned 60 recently.
I did.
And so, did you have a birthday cake?
I had 4.
4.
Low-fat birthday cake?
No.
Can you have a
heavy fat cake?
But aren't you allowed to have? Is it good to have butter, but in small amounts rather than lots?
I'd rather,
Good question, yeah.
Yeah, because I would never have margarine. Or, funny enough, I was doing this food quiz the other day, and there was a question there was what was margarine used to be called? It was called butterine. Did you know that?
No.
And obviously the butter, people get very upset about that. Margarine, no, I'd rather hear had small portions of butter than those low-fat spreads.
And I've been drinking lots of soy milk. That's brilliant.
Oh,
I do all the time.
Yeah, you're going to live forever, yeah?
I think I will.
Yeah, drive poor dairy farmers out of business, yeah? I've noticed it's happening here. Sorry, Chelsea.
Is it true, though, that you have been asked to be an MP twice? Is that true?
Yeah. I'd like to be.
Liberal Democrat?
My wife, nope. Excuse me.
Started last.
No, I'm in the blue corner a bit.
Right.
Yeah, my wife was horrified at the idea. She thinks the press is intrusive enough in your life now. What's it going to be like if you become an MP? And I think she's probably right, although it's still... I just want to put my fingers up at the press sometimes, because, you know, they do get in the way a bit of life, don't they, the press?
No, I wouldn't know.
No?
No, I'm not saying you have, but I've never cheated on my wife. I've never been caught doing anything indescribable with my dog. So I reckon I'm OK.
I saw what you did to your dog last time.
And is it true Richard Burton was your godfather?
That's true.
Really?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Did you meet... I was going to say, did you meet Elizabeth Taylor?
Yeah, once.
You did?
Yeah. But I only met him 6 times. It was one of those great things to put on your CV, isn't it? Richard Burton's your godfather. It's great. It was a lovely appointment. As my father was he was my father's understudy in the Shakespeare Memorial Company, as it was called in those days, up in Stratford. And presumably he said, "Oh, I need a godfather. Richard, you'll do." You know, and that was it. And he sent me Welsh Shrupney bits every so often. And that was it, no more, unfortunately. But, I mean, you know, he's brilliant. My father was a great actor, but he took to the drink and the gambling, and Richard just took to the...
His autobiography. You want to read it up with one of the celebrities of all time. Great stories. Talking about good things.